Sonia Hernandez and her husband fled Cuba to escape persecution for opposing its political regime. They flew to Russia, went to Belarus, and from there entered Lithuania, an EU member state, on foot. A humanitarian group helped them obtain court documents, allowing them to stay in Lithuania long enough to claim asylum. But when they applied for asylum, Hernandez says the authorities immediately deported them to Belarus.
When we asked the border authorities for help with asylum, they told us that it was not allowed, that Lithuania did not give political asylum, that we had to return to communism, and that we should be content with Fidel and Putin.
She says they then spent weeks in the forest on the Belarusian border, trying to get back to Lithuania. She shows pictures of the frostbite she sustained during that time. So-called pushbacks, where asylum seekers and migrants are physically removed from a country and denied the chance to claim asylum, are generally considered illegal under international law. This year, however, both Lithuania and neighbouring Latvia have legalised them in what they say is an attempt to mitigate the security threat from Belarus, a Russian ally. Non-profits say some asylum seekers have lost their lives in the Lithuanian forest after being pushed back. The Sienos group, an initiative assisting the migrants, has tombstones engraved for what would otherwise be the unmarked graves of migrants and asylum seekers who have died in Lithuania. Once pushed back, many, perhaps most migrants try to re-enter Lithuania through the forest.
Two cases of death confirmed on the border. So one of them was Sri Lankan citizen who was, we know that he was in Vilnius, so he was pushed back multiple times. He managed to reach Vilnius and he was caught and deported from Vilnius, and later his body was found.
Sienos group also organise meetups for migrants and asylum seekers in Vilnius. Rights groups have expressed concerns that the pushbacks are often violent and endanger lives. They say some new arrivals are held in processing centres that do not allow them to leave, amounting to de facto detention, which is also against EU law. The Court of Justice of the EU says the pushback laws prevent access to international protection, and Lithuania's constitutional court has declared them unconstitutional.
These positions do pressure the current government to make changes. Lithuania is now going to consider passing some laws which are softening the current position. So, for example, the de facto detention might be look differently in the future.
Lithuania's State Border Protection Services did not respond to a VOA request for comment on the situation. Sonia Hernandez says she misses her home country but can never return because of the persecution she suffered.
They have taken everything from us.
After months of trying, Hernandez successfully claimed asylum in Lithuania after being rescued from the forest by the humanitarian group. Others were not so lucky. Henry Wilkins, VOANews, Vilnius, Lithuania.